swear to God.
Why?
Unless my mother's been lying to me all the time.
I was going to say,
I
she's
think
been
that's an
April Fooling you.
Yeah, bro. I think
She's gotten you for many
I
years.
think she was tired of your shit.
Maybe it's just in England. I don't know. Yeah.
Taking fantasies, it's what we're doing. Come and check it out, it's what we're all about. 561 Music!
Welcome to 561 Music. My name's Ben.
No, it's not.
Oh, you're right. April Fools. My name's Dan Kirkpatrick.
His name's Ben. You're not. It's not Ben.
Oh, that's right. What? There can be two Bens. I'll be Benji.
Benji tonight.
Yeah,
excellent, excellent. This is Benji, and I'm Hector.
Hecky poo.
Hecky poo.
And so what have we been up to? This weekend, we played at Paddy Mac's, didn't we?
We did.
And we have a festival coming up, which I think is important to talk about right at the top of the show because it's quite frankly the most exciting thing that we do all year.
Absolutely.
So there's a whole bunch of bands, and they are Alec, Like Harvey, Dominic Delaney, Heidi Merrill, Sandman Sleeps, Shy Blossom, More Better Band, Rogue Theory, Give It Up, Blab Scam, Snake Lounge, Euphobia, Jesse Young, Modern Natives, RJ Preston, Josh Gluck and the Family Tree, Roots Shakedown, Dirty Crumbums, Change is Great, Brett Stasker, Nostalgia, Butch and Fat Doobs, Bomb the Algorithm, that's me, Turbo Kid, The Holidays, Dr. Geronimo, Part-Time Cooks, and 561 Youth Bands Creeper Jr., Dimitor, and Northlake. And it's on May 2nd, and you should all come, and it's going to be fantastic. Vendors, artists, all of those bands, and it's going to be sick, isn't it?
Yep. We have food trucks. We're going to have a VIP area, 3 stages. Last year, it was just the Meyer Amphitheater field, if you will, with the Meyer Amphitheater being one stage and then a second stage at the opposite end. This year, we have the stage. We have a third stage set up in the Palm Beach Post Park, which is adjacent to the Meyer Amphitheater, just literally right to the south of the amphitheater on the backside of the amphitheater. So yeah, so we've expanded basically to twice the waterfront. Yeah, so.
It's going to be good times.
And of course, none of this would be possible without all of the support from our sponsors and fans and everything like that. So I definitely want to give a shout out to Steiger, Green and Finer, who is the presenting sponsor, Backsavers Chiropractic, Robert E. Hennard, DDS, Paparo Strings and Frets, Oasis, Root and Kava Bar, American Commercial Realty, Hamilton Piano Company, Cultural Council of Palm Beach County, The Shirt Series, Galliano Family Salon, 561 Music School and Studio, of course. And all of this is benefiting Punk Rock Saves Lives. That's something new that we started this year. We were going down the rabbit hole of potentially becoming a nonprofit, and instead this year we decided that instead of us becoming a nonprofit, we're just going to benefit someone else.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Punk Rock Saved Lives is truly a wonderful organization.
Oh, absolutely. So they'll have representation out there. They'll actually have representation in both fields by two different stages. So they'll be out there. Of course, all the sponsors will be out there. All the art vendors will be out there. All the regular vendors will be out there. We're going to have the food trucks. We're going to have the VIP area. 30 bands, 3 stages. I can't say enough about it. So
Yeah, man. So there's an episode about Punk Rock Saves Lives. If you don't know anything about it, just go through the episodes and find it. They explain everything about how it all works and everything. And I couldn't think of a better thing for us to be supporting. I'm very proud to be doing so.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been in pretty close contact with all the bands as far as information and stuff like that goes. So they'll all be notified this weekend of set times. Once they all get locked in and everything is good to go, then we'll notify all of you guys what those set times will be. So I would say maybe about another week, you'll know who's playing what stage. We're trying very, very hard to get an app out there so that day of, you can pull up the app and decide which band on which stage you want to see, and then it'll give you kind of a little listing or calendar or timeline, if you will, so you don't miss anybody. And then VIP tickets. VIP tickets will be on sale as of the airing of this episode on Friday. Where they basically will be on the website, 561musicfestival.com. Just click on the link, the VIP ticket link. It'll be pretty obvious on there. VIP tickets will be $50 this year. There will be a code that you can put in, and we'll make an announcement on the socials of what that code is. If you put in that code during the month of April, you will get buy one get one free. So essentially, it's $25 for VIP. You can't go wrong. But it's a very limited number. Okay, last year we had 5,000 people over the course of the day. I think we have like 200 VIP spots. So
Yeah.
so don't hesitate if you want to do that. What
Nice to have a bit of shade. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. So what VIP gets you, those fields can get very hot. It's very warm and it gets very hot. Those fields have no shade, no trees, no nothing. So all the trees and stuff are off to the side. So the VIP area will have some tenting and stuff set up. So you'll have some shade in there. You'll have a dedicated bar that you can go to so that you don't have to stand in the lines with all the other 5,000 people. And you will have a hydration station free of charge. You can get some bottled water. That was on purpose, man. That was by design. There'll be a hydration station that you can get some waters and stuff like that free of charge. That's included in your VIP. There'll be some catered light bites in the evening hours. I think about a 2-hour window in the evening, early evening by Patty Max. And there will be a goodie bag of sorts that's going to be given to all the VIP ticket holders. And that's going to have stickers and some merchandise and just swag, 561 music swag,
We
and
got a
swag
whole load
from
of
some of the
swag.
bands and things like that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And we're looking at some other VIP things to do for them. But if you want to do that, jump on that, because once that goes live, there's only 200 of them available, and there's 5,000 people that were there last year. So
Yeah, and last year we interviewed the bands back there. So if that's something that interests you to know a bit more about the bands, then that'll be going on back there.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out exactly where to put that, but it probably will be in the VIP.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right, so we have more Better Band with us. How's it going, fellas?
What's going on?
Going good.
Thank you so much for coming. And it took us like an ungodly amount of time to set up today for some reason. So we've been very
Barely
patient.
noticed, man.
It happens, brother.
Yeah. So you guys have been absolutely slaying it lately. And I just wanted to say right at the top that very proud of you. You've been working hard and it's been paying off, and it's really, really cool to see. So
Thank you,
Nice one, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, brother.
And how long is the band? I mean, I know this stuff, but they might not. How long's the band been together? When did it all form?
About 3 years now?
Yeah, so I want to say like April to June 2023 is when it became like a legit thing. But
Yeah.
that was without
I was
Ricky.
going to say, I don't think we had Ricky as our singer
so
at that time.
We had Aquila, Joe, and myself basically messing around as a 3-piece trying to get something
trying
going.
to cover vocals between the three of us miserably.
And there was somebody else that we had working with us trying to do some vocals. It just wasn't the right fit.
Yeah.
And then we all know Ricky, and we were able to entice him to come to see us perform.
Well, that's
It
it.
took
You
a
guys are
little
all like
while, so-
mega homies, you know. So
Yeah,
it makes
well, I
sense.
mean, trying to, but he came to a show and he actually dug what we were doing. So he seems to be at the time he wasn't interested at first.
Yeah, but he hadn't seen it.
He hadn't
to
seen
that
it yet.
point, you know.
And then
so
he's
I think
like
it was
this-
after the Shake and Bake at Swampgrass, actually, where it was just the three of us for that show, and he was like, "I do actually dig this, and I could help you guys out for the vocals." So,
Yeah. I like it. It's this is just a great mix of reggae and ska, and anyone who's playing ska these days, I've just got to give props to, because I also play ska and I love it. It's probably my favorite style of music. So it's cool. You're writing songs about two-tone, and that's very dear to my heart. So it's awesome. Yeah, and I've been sort of like watching it, from the sidelines here and there. I've been involved in sort of like various little recording things I've been asked to do and stuff, and obviously know Ricky really well. So it's been nice to all you guys. I know all you guys really well. Yeah,
been a
Ben,
while now,
I haven't
yeah.
known you for very long, but
No, I just joined the scene.
may this be the beginning of a beautiful relationship.
Maybe we're both bad. We're
Oh,
already on a good plan.
Well, when Ricky joined, he was the missing piece at that point in time, right? But now
Yeah.
that Ben's joined, he was the missing piece that we didn't even know that we were missing, right?
Yeah.
So
No.
everything's worked out in the way it's supposed to, in the time it's supposed to.
Yeah,
so.
totally. When I first saw, I can't remember the first time I saw you playing sax. I was like, all right, he doesn't mess around. He knows his way around the saxophone.
Little bit.
He messes around a little bit.
I think the first time I saw you was at Barkback with Spread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
You had
like-
just come back into town or something.
Yeah,
at that
I was
point, and you
I
were-
was in college at Ohio, And I
Right.
just came back in 2024, and then I played with them at Barkback that November.
Yeah, I saw you
nice.
play there, and somebody was telling me you had just gotten back in town, and you were scoping out and looking for some bands to play with. And
Yeah, I was taking every single offer that anyone
Sure.
threw at me at that
It's
point.
a great idea because
Sure,
you get
man.
to just sort of like get the lay of the land, you know?
Yeah.
you figure out who you
smart.
want to play with. You know?
Yeah. I
And
didn't
also
know.
sax. You know, I play sax too, and if you offer to play sax for someone, everyone says yes.
Yeah.
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 I would assume.
Yeah. It's weird because it's like, I know a ton of sax players, but like also at the same time, I never see sax players.
Yeah.
It's like a weird phenomena.
I know what you mean.
funny.
There's not that many people who kind of like that's the main thing that they do in bands around here.
I
you
was
know?
gonna say I
That's
know
true.
plenty of people that play sax, but it's not their main instrument.
Sure,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I know like plenty of keyboard players that do know how to play sax, but they would prefer not to play it in a live setting.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you know. So.
I'm trying to think. So we've got oh god, why am I brain farting on Spread the Dub guy? It's called that's embarrassing.
Marcus.
Marcus, thank you. Yeah. I was like, I don't know why I couldn't remember his name. I know him really well. So you know, Marcus is he's out and about, and he used to do a ton. He still does.
Yeah, he's legit
some.
though.
Yeah, he's and then we got you, and then our sax player Rhea,
Yeah.
and then sometimes I'll moonlight as a sax player in different bands, but I've got so much of my own stuff going on, I don't really get the chance. But I'll do it in Killbillies. But we got Hector's plays sax in my band, and I remember the first time you saw Benny, you were like, God damn it.
Joe, you know you don't have to sax. Like you're the ones here.
First
don't,
time,
so.
yeah. I think it was one of the first times because I played saxophone like 100 years ago, back in like high school and stuff, man, and not very well back then. And so he talked me into doing some baritone sax, and I was like, yeah, all right. So I rented a baritone sax and I started playing with these guys, and I think it was the first or second time I played a live show, and you were there. It was a prop, and you were sitting there, and I was like, motherfucker, this guy's staring at me, and he's probably like, wow, this guy sucks. I was so self-conscious.
He was intrigued, that's for sure.
I was dying.
You
I
were
was
being
like,
judged.
I was like, this guy's gonna come up to me and be like, slapping the sax out of my hand, going, "You just deserve to play
The
that."
hysterical thing about that too is there was no one playing baritone sax and then all of a sudden you pick it up and then bam, there's another baritone.
Yeah,
like
there was
immediately.
nobody in
appears.
town, and he's like, "You should do it, man. You'll be like the boss of the baritone." And then like the next day, you were playing.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Of course."
Yeah, it's so funny. It's just like poof, you appeared all of a sudden as soon as he picked it up. So funny. Yeah,
I remember that show too.
yeah.
He remembers because he was staring at me.
I love
He's
it,
like,
man.
you're right. I was thinking that.
It was a memorable performance.
He was thinking, I gotta talk to these guys and tell them, you're a real baritone sax player.
You're lucky you're pretty, Hector. You're lucky you're pretty.
There you go.
So, only kidding. Yeah. So, like, I think sax making a bit of a comeback. Honestly,
I think, yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it's like every band in the entire world in the 80s and like 90s had a sax player, and then there was just this great period of time when there was nothing. What's that metal band that metal band that sort of like is like almost like a prog metal band?
Currently,
Yeah.
currently playing Bill Murray.
No, it's not who I'm thinking of. Doesn't matter. Anyway,
Okay.
there's I've been hearing a lot of sax lately.
Okay.
And also in the local scene it's been cropping up a lot too, and I hope so because I love it, you know? I love the sax. If I had more time, I'd just be the sax player in a band.
I had this like crazy memory of. Do you remember Lost Boys?
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that scene where they're like at that like fire
How could
thing
you
at the
forget?
beach, and there's this big roided out guy, and he's
Yeah.
playing this tiny little alto saxophone. It just looks so ridiculous.
Totally. At the time, you weren't allowed to be a band without a sax player.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
there was in every single song.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So when did you start playing, man?
I started in middle school. I was like 11, and it was either I got to middle school and they're like, you have to pick an elective, you either do art or you do music. And I'm like, I don't want to draw.
Yeah.
So I went to music, and like the first day, they're like, "There's have you play every instrument. Like, which one you like?" And I'm like, "I like the saxophone because it looks cool," and I sounded okay on it. And then I got pretty good at it.
Yeah, you did.
And at first, when I got to high school, I really got into it. But at first, I wanted nothing to do with music. I wanted to do like marine science. I was really into the ocean. And then like junior year, like one of my teachers came up to me and was like, "You're really good at this." I was like, "Oh, okay." And so I got it. So then I got like really into it. And then I got into the Barry sax because there's this band called Too Many Zoos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to them like when I was like in middle school, and I was like, I would love to do what they do, but like I can't do that. Like they are crazy. And then I got a Barry, and I'm like, this is the funnest
They're
instrument.
so cool,
ever.
aren't they cool?
Yeah.
Like I've borrowed Hector's a few times because like I've never had the money to buy one, but Jesus, it's fun. It's such a cool
It's so
instrument.
much fun. There's
Yeah.
my next. I want to get a bass sax now.
Yeah, dude.
I just want to get lower and lower.
dude.
Have
Yeah.
you seen that video? I think it's on YouTube, but it's like a bunch of like army guys go to like I guess one of the band leaders in the army or something like that, and he has all these weird experimental saxes. Like he has one that's like a Swanee whistle, and then he has
I did see. They have like 20 different types of saxophones.
Yeah.
They're really weird.
yeah, it's so cool because I think in the 19th century and like early 20th century, they were still kind of like figuring it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they'd made all these mad saxes. So interesting. Something I would love to do is start a sax quartet. I feel like it's something where like
Let's start it right now.
right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I would love to do that. Like it'd be so fun. Like just like I used to be in one when I was younger, and I got a real kick.
Yeah,
out of it.
I did those when I was like in high school too, and in college too. I did
Yeah.
sax quartets. They were really fun.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Well, you might be getting a phone call about sax quartet at some point.
Nice.
Anyway, what? So Brett, what about you, man? When did you start playing guitar?
Well, being the dinosaur of the group, I started playing when I was 13 years old.
Back in the 1980s.
Yeah, basically. So 93. So
Okay,
I got my
yeah.
first
we're
electric
the same
guitar in 93.
Yeah.
I had a couple acoustics earlier than that, but I really didn't know what I was doing with it. And at 13, I really didn't either, but I was pretty excited to have it. And within 2 years, as things just started clicking. And at the time, alternative music in mid-90s was popular. So at 15 years old, I'm playing my first band. So
Yeah, cool.
and obviously it's continued since then. But
Did you have lessons?
yeah, in fact, I went to a place similar to this many years ago. It was very helpful at the time, but
Yeah.
I feel like I learned most of what I learned not by on my own, but by playing with other musicians who were
Yeah.
better than me, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's really where you pick stuff up and really start to learn. But at the time I was coming up, there were so many people that were looking and hungry just to get something going. So tons of garage bands, that kind of stuff, begging any type of place to let you play.
Yeah.
There was nowhere to play when you weren't 18, right? It just didn't exist. And so
Yeah.
we'd be getting fakes and we'd be lying and parents would paying people under the table to let us come play and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's how it all started. During my college years, I kind of took a little backseat from music for a while. Still always playing, but not really performing. And, and it took me way out of it. And it was many years went by before I realized how much I missed what I used to be doing.
Sure.
I was playing through college, but after college really is when it kind of just died down. I was trying
That's
to
kind
make,
of the Hector story, too.
I had no place to live and I needed to make some money, and music wasn't doing it then. So it's like you had to get a job and you start grinding and get into that world. And next thing you know, it's like your passions and your hobbies are just slipping by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So one day I became conscious again and be like, I need to take this seriously again. That led to more Better Band, but it's been very, very, I don't know how to say it, like just the fact that I'm having opportunities again when I kind of walked away from music for a while is just tremendous. And I thank these guys, I thank you guys, the scene, everyone one thing about More Better Band, when we started playing, like people were so supportive of us.
Yeah, man.
And that's something I never experienced before.
Yeah.
You used to have to go, if you're playing a show in Fort Lauderdale, whatever, you'd show up 3 weekends in a row, flyering, trying to get anybody and anyone to care.
Yeah.
And they didn't. But the community that we have and that's been built by others before me here just allowed us to happen in a way that's been, it's been so great. It's been an amazing experience. So thank
Yeah,
everybody that's listening and watching now and comes to the shows and supports local music. It's given me another lease on life, and I love it because I still grind. I got the 9 to 5, but now when that's over, I have something really, really exciting to look forward to.
Yeah, man. It's really important. If you're of a certain kind of if you're a certain type of person, you need something like this.
Oh, yeah.
It's like if you're a creative person and you don't have an outlet, it's like it can just kill your soul,
It really will. It really will.
Yeah.
So it's my words of advice. If just always go for it, right? Don't ever like think that you can't do two things at once or your life's too busy. Just make the time. It's always there. You know?
Yeah, man.
So,
Priorities, like everyone's always too busy. Even if you didn't try and do anything, somehow you would be busy. It's like everyone's always busy. It's just about priorities,
absolutely.
It's adorable that he does two things at once. You should try doing 12 things.
he does too. He does debatably do too many things.
but
You're still not doing enough, by the way. I said, pick it up, bro.
You're joining the sex quartet, buddy.
when I tried to become a career professional or something, some nonsense like that, right? I didn't recognize that I could still be moonlighting as a guitarist, as a musician, right?
Sure.
I was just getting beat up doing the grind that, I'm like, I'm going to go sleep early tonight, But now it's like, I'd rather sleep when I'm dead, right? That statement than not. Because time is precious. So I want to make the most of it as I can. And
I did the same. I did literally the exact same thing. I was probably 19-ish, 20. I was playing bass in a band. I had just been playing bass for a couple of years or so. I was playing saxophone all the way up through high school and stuff. And then I was playing bass for a couple of years and then stopped. I got married. I started working. I had a kid. Life just happened.
catches up real quick.
And then I was 26, I think, or something like that, and ran into an old friend of mine in a parking lot at like a Home Depot, and he was like, "Hey, man, I'm putting a band together, and you still play bass?" And I was like, "Not really. Like, I have my stuff, but not really. Oh, you should come on, just jam with us." Whatever. Man, I haven't stopped since.
Yeah,
But there was a good 5-6 years in there that I just didn't play anything.
Yeah, it's a little longer than that for me, but like I said, it's just to be back and doing it, it's a blessing. So
Well, you have real command over your gear. It's something that I've always sort of like noticed about you, Brett. Like you really understand, like the pedals and the amps and different types of guitars and stuff.
I think some of these guys might disagree with you on that. But I appreciate it.
I think you always have dope gear and your tone is always great. So.
Well, thank you. Tone is that thing we're always chasing as guitarists, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
He just likes it really loud. I feel like as another guitarist, I do too. But
my amp typically is on 3.
I hear you. It's
3.
I'm
It goes
telling
to
you,
10,
his
not
amp
11.
is
It goes
touchier
to
than
10.
any Fender I've ever freaking heard, man.
I know. It's always like between here and here is the point.
Yeah,
There's no master though. It's just the volume, so that's the problem.
He also
with
has the heaviest equipment out of anybody in the group.
absolutely.
You got like a
Old school
Fender Twin or
equipment.
something like that.
I mean, my mic stand probably
I
weighs
can
like
load the drum
weight of
bags
3
easier,
mic
bro.
stands.
Yeah. So does your amp have wheels?
No.
My
My
amp-
amp's light. My amp's like 30 pounds.
So I used to have like a really, really heavy. You've seen it, my like half stack. For the longest time, it didn't have wheels, and it's my amp's name in Sonic Boom 6 was Selfish No Wheels, because everyone had to carry it all the time.
Yeah, like back in the day when it had bigger combos and like bigger cabs and stuff. Yeah, you need wheels casters. I mean, it's But these days they had the carts. Like the cart's the way to go. I got the one that folds out and collapsible and put everything on it. Just you're there.
Timu's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Dude, I have one the
Basically.
size of like a little clipboard. It's insane. I put the sub on it and my bass amp at the same time. It's crazy.
And I don't think we've done any second floor shows, right? So we've been
We've been doing third floor shows.
We've had
That's with an
elevators.
elevator. Yeah.
We've had
We
elevators.
have
So
had
we
elevators.
have not been having to carry gears. Like knock on wood, I'm sure it's gonna happen.
I was
now,
going to say,
but
we're also in Florida, so it's not all the time that we're really going to have to be playing
plenty of
upstairs.
places, though,
Yeah, there
but-
is, but there's also plenty of opportunity to be outside.
and thankfully
Yeah.
we're getting on better stages now, right?
Yeah.
So those are-
Yeah. So
Well, I was gonna say we play some shows in Atlanta at Dragon Con, and there's 5 hotels for Dragon Con, and they're kind of spread out a little bit. They're all connected with these big, like huge hallways going like walkways over the streets, like these overpass things and stuff. And but we're
Tube tunnel.
but basically. But we're like staying in Hotel A, but our gig is like Hotel D, and we're like we have to go through this tunnel and that tunnel and this tunnel.
You're all on the
so
cart
many people,
pushing-
like the
And-
most people we've ever seen.
Yeah, there's usually about 80,000 people at this event,
and everyone's dressed like dragons or something, or
Just like everything. It's like
a
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con. Everybody's dressed like
fantasy,
yeah. But we're trying to fight our way through the crowd with like my upright bass and like it's ridiculous.
Are you guys in costume while
Yeah,
you're doing
dressed like
this? too?
absolutely.
Yeah, that's the best
100%,
part. Yeah, that's the
100%.
best
I'll have
part.
to show you some pictures, man.
Yeah,
It's
I did a
ridiculous.
pretty mean Legolas.
Were you Jack Sparrow last year?
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
awesome.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
pictures were great, dude.
So in that con, are you a bard or are you a troubadour? How does that work? 'Cause
So one of the times I dressed as a bard, we just kind of did themed. So we played this year. If we get on it, we're going to be doing a Lord of the Rings dinner. So we get to like go full Lord of the Rings. So I'm just going to do my Legolas again. But we did like a bunch of different things. I've never done anything like this until so we played it 2 years in a row. The first year, I'd never done anything like it. I had so much fun.
sounds like fun. Except for the
just
logistics, but it sounds fun.
Yeah.
Logistically, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun. We get to play like 4 or 5 times while we're there for the weekend, and we sell so much merchandise.
Yeah.
So like
it's because
thousands
everyone's
of
there
dollars
just to
of
buy
merchandise.
stuff.
It's
cool.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's always a huge bonus when you're doing music. 'Cause
Yeah.
People are usually there to buy like
Yeah.
decent amount of stuff. They expect to
Yeah, they're all just walking
around
doing
sure,
some
sure.
spending.
How is
so,
how
yeah.
is your merchandise game? Like you
better
guys-
than it used to be.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's upgraded recently, and I'm working on a couple of things myself. I haven't even honestly talked with the guys much about a lot of stuff, but
I saw you doing a was it a more better light thing or something you were doing?
So
what is that?
That wasn't really like merch wise. That was just more of like a backing light for us.
Okay.
I want to start trying to upgrade our stage show as well.
Hell yeah.
So I'm just working on some lighting rigs and some things like that, and it seemed like an easy thing. It was not easy. I was up for like 2 weeks till 3 a.m.
I know you messaged me.
Yeah, I
You
think
me-
I actually have a little bit of the
He messages me one day
expanding
just out of
foam.
nowhere. He goes, so one artist to another. He goes, is there a trick to getting expanding foam off your skin? I'm like, yeah, wear gloves.
I was like, I didn't think of that.
He's like, oh yeah.
What were you using the expanding foam for?
So, like he was saying, I made these basically like it kind of looks like a cloud, but with light bulbs installed into them. They're floating letters. It spells out more better.
Nice. That's a
and
lot
I-
less.
It looks great
Yeah,
on
yeah,
camera.
it was a lot. Like I said, I was up for 2 weeks till 3 a.m. working on it, man. But it's. I mean, I think it looks pretty sick. What did you guys think?
It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
It's sick.
Yeah.
A little delicate.
Very
It's
delicate.
honestly. So I do have to put a little bit more support into
Actually,
it. I
it's
think.
not as bad.
I was
as
gonna
you
say
would think.
you
But if you
think
touch
it's
it,
delicate. It's not.
not
Nothing
that bad.
flakes off. You know.
No,
Is
no,
it
I
all
don't mean like that. But
so-
there's one letter that B is just potentially.
Yeah,
a
I
little-
It's more editor.
Yeah.
Is it all like put together, or do you have to like when you get to the stage you have to put up every letter?
No,
individually?
it's all. So more is like one fixture, and
Gotcha.
better is one fixture.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
as
really
far as
cool.
merch
Yeah,
goes, if there's
I-
an interest, we'll start selling them. You know.
So if anybody's
Yeah.
interested,
I don't know
hit me
if
up and I'll
Joe
give you a
wants to start to
tutorial.
do
But
that.
That's pretty cool. I really want to make a Killbillies one now.
I'm down. So I am super down to help people make them, bro. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
very
Cool.
down because it was a lot of fun.
You used
man.
pool
So-
noodles or something, didn't you?
I did, bro. So I cut pool noodles in half essentially, and I installed like basically patio lights that you would just hang outside
Yeah.
with like Edison style
Yeah.
bulbs in it, and just like poked holes large enough in the pool noodles in the halves of them. And I just measured them out to make sure the letters would all be about the same, size and everything. Of course, a little bit askewed to match our logo.
Yeah.
But I mean, after you spray the foam, it's not going to be 100% to what you cut originally.
it'll
But
expand
that's kind of the
weirdly.
cool thing
Where
about
does
it.
the foam go?
You
inside the
spray it
noodle?
right onto the letter, onto the pool noodle.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
gotcha.
so the way I did it is I installed like the light fixture, and I just tested everything with the bulbs in it, and then I just sprayed right onto that. So,
Sick.
yeah.
Yeah, there's,
I left the light on to make sure it wouldn't damage anything
Yeah, it looked
either.
cool.
So.
I saw some videos of him putting it
Yeah,
together.
I
Yeah,
was gonna
I
say,
think
it's a real
there's
cool
there's
video of
one
that.
video on Instagram of it. I have to
At
make
More
a part
Better
2
Band?
this week though. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna go and take a look. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I'm definitely down to help you guys make one. It,
You know,
it
so-
took a little while, but with more people, it would not take long.
Yeah, that's sick. Okay, that's good to know. The what are they called? Everymen used to have their mic stand was like this big light fixture. Do you remember that? Did you ever see Everymen
No.
play?
I don't think so.
So Everymen is a band. Like it's what. So there was this thing that when I first moved to Florida in like 2010, there was this like big sort of like swamp punk kind of folk punk scene, and there was all these bands like that, like Viva La Vox and Everymen and all these cool bands. Anyway, it was
I
like
was
stand-up
12.
I was just gonna say, you forget Joe was like 12 at the time.
Yeah,
so.
I was 12. So it took me about 4 more years to get into the local music scene.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But anyway, they were really good, and he had a on his mic stand. He had this like big box with like holes cut in it and every man written on it and stuff, and
That's
it like
sick.
glowed. It was-
That's awesome.
Yeah. A lot of
Do that with the
stuff-
goat.
Yeah.
We're really
you
trying
know,
to improve
Actually,
the live show.
that
you know?
might be the way to go for you guys. Would be like the goat.
goat head.
Yeah, totally. We just
We
gotta-
could definitely do it, bro.
Yeah, man.
It wouldn't be hard.
I'm extremely up for it because, like, we often need some light up there. Even if it's not like.
Dude, I'll tell you what, it created a lot of light, man. I could
I'm
see
sure it did.
everything.
I'm
dude.
sure it did.
I mean,
But
there was an overhead light, but I'm sure if we turned the overhead light off, it still would have been a lot
they're
of
pretty
light.
bright, and then some of the bulbs are not as bright as the others, so it has like a nice, like shimmery
It
type
looks
effect.
like it shimmers a little bit. Yeah.
That's
and then
really
we
cool.
also got some stage lights, and we're trying to upgrade the visual performance of the show, right?
Sure.
We feel like we want to give the best show possible, and that's kind of the next step. I feel
Yeah,
like.
and a lot of the places that we all play, it's like whatever you bring is what you have.
Yeah,
So-
I mean,
so it
well,
makes-
sure, you can't
a lot
rely
of
on
the
the venue,
places
right.
that we're getting, they don't have budget to have lighting and sound and everything. So
Yeah.
you got what you bring, man.
Yeah, totally,
So
yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying to put a better visual aspect together, and if you were at the last show, you would have saw some of these things already starting to pop up. So the idea is to get them better and better every show. So
Yeah.
Yep.
we're really looking forward to
just
what
need
this
more
looks
better.
like, right? Because you know what we look like. We sound pretty good, but
Yeah.
it's
I hear
visually
you. Yeah, that's always the challenge. You get the music all tight and everything sounds great, and then you're like, well, what's the next?
Where do we
What's
go
the
from
next
here?
step, right?
What's
Yeah.
the next step?
Yeah, we started doing stuff with like wirelesses, and it was fun for a bit, but then they started interfering with each other for some reason. So we're taking a bit
Yeah.
of
Me
a
and
break.
Ricky had the same issue.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
always had some interference
Yeah.
issues.
We got
man.
one wireless guy right here, the sax, so we don't want that to get interrupted or cause
Yeah,
any
I
signal
think I
loss
might
there.
get one of those like real like pro ones.
The
you know?
Shure ones seem to have no issues from what
Yeah.
I've seen.
They're
It's
expensive
just
as hell.
They add up
I
real
was
fast.
using
Super expensive though.
I was using I think it's the X Vibe system.
Me
and
too.
it's just
Me too.
It
okay.
works if you're just you, but if
Yeah.
anybody else has
But
one,
if you're in a place and there's like a lot of neon and other things,
Oh,
you
yeah.
get a
Or-
lot of interference.
or what I've seen is
Yeah.
if there's like big electrical boxes within a couple hundred
Yep.
feet of you, it's going to interfere with it
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah, I think in the fullness of time, I'm going to get one of the like mega ones, but there's no rush on that.
I feel they're like 500 to 600.
They're
man.
not cheap,
They're not
yeah.
cheap.
Yeah. So you guys have been playing a lot in Fort Myers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
West Coast.
Yeah.
Kind of becoming
man.
a second home.
Yeah, home away from
yeah.
home.
I've been seeing you guys like at least once a month. You've been going over there.
Yeah,
More-
actually,
more
it's,
now.
I think
Is
it's
it?
about twice a month at
Twice.
least right now.
Same venue, twice a month.
Well, now
No.
we're going to be at a couple of newer spots over
Yeah,
there.
Have you been
but-
like bringing like homies with you and stuff? I saw like you're like going over there in
Did
a
like a
van.
bus thing.
So
at one
that
point.
Yeah,
was the
so that was
Sugar
for
Shack.
one larger show that we did with
Yeah.
Sugar Shack.
Okay.
Right.
And if you're interested, we're planning on doing the same for their next Sugar,
Sugar
Shack.
Shack.
Oh, cool. Nice. So, by the way, like, congratulations on winning that Battle of the Bands and being a finalist in another one. It doesn't surprise me. You guys are tight as hell. But it's still great.
It surprised them.
It's surprised us.
we were
The
shocked.
looks on all your faces on the video, you were like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah, it was,
Was it what, us?
We had Shy Blossom on the other week, and
yeah.
and we were like, "Oh, do you know more better band?" They were like, "Yeah." No, they were nice. They were nice.
It was really funny because the whole point of us doing that Battle of the Bands was just to get on that stage. And
Yeah.
Ricky was like, "All right, we're gonna do this. It's our way in."
Yeah.
And then
Even if we don't
we're like,
win,
we're probably
yeah.
not gonna get past the first round. So let's just have it that way already. And then
Yeah.
we won the first round. We're like,
Just getting in
okay.
front of them, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then we won the first round. We're like, okay, we got to the second round, but we're not going any farther. And then we're like, oh, we're in the final.
Yeah,
it was pretty awesome.
that's really
Yeah,
cool.
it was great, great experience. And
I think the look on Akila's face was my favorite when they announced it, and he's just like in shock.
Dude, me and Akila both, we talked on the way home, and me and him almost cried because, like, we've been a part of, I mean, you guys know,
Yeah.
not hundreds, but a lot of Battle of the Bands,
Sure.
shows and competitions and stuff.
Thousands.
Not thousands or hundreds, but a lot of them, man.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know, been a part of a lot of them, and it's it's a tough thing.
Yeah,
you
they're always
know,
such a bummer,
because
you
you
know?
know it can
we're not fans of them.
Yeah.
But
so it can be a rough
It's
experience
so
for some
subjective,
bands
you
for
know,
sure.
it's like-
You know,
I
and
avoid battle of bands like the plague because my ego cannot handle it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, and like Brett said, it's such a subjective thing. It's not to say, it's not to say like, oh, this band sucks and this band is great. They're probably both great bands. It's just who likes what.
I was gonna say
It's the same
it
thing.
all comes down to
It's the same thing
it's
with
all
art, man.
subjective,
I do all those
man,
street
so.
paintings and stuff, and there's every once in a while, we just did one recently. Every once in a while, there's these events where I go and they don't necessarily pay you a stipend. It's more of a people's choice in different categories and this and that. But and then you see the winners and you go like, yeah, and it's like people's opinion, but it didn't mean that they
That's
were
the
better.
best
but
piece, yeah.
I'm just not a fan of that stuff because it's so subjective. It's not black and white.
Yeah.
It's very subjective. and I
Well,
don't
the
love
Sugar
it.
Shack one was timed also, which I guess a lot of them probably are timed. You only have a certain amount of time. And there were some things that happened throughout those competitions that worked in our favor. Other bands didn't follow the rules, right?
Don't say we went off technicality.
No.
No, but that's very
Because
important.
when you said that
Yeah,
we were shocked, because there was fierce competition, guys.
These
there
bands
was-
were
There was some
incredible.
There were
Yeah.
some really good bands that
So- My mother was there she's always at shows, but she was there at the last
She is,
show.
isn't she? She's a great
Yeah,
person.
she's at a lot of them, and she's great
Hi,
support.
Belinda. We all know your mom.
But the band that we that played directly before us for the finals played, I think it was Fame by David Bowie,
Yeah.
and that's like her diehard. That's her favorite musician ever.
Yeah.
And so I thought for a second, I'm like, oh man, they just took my mom's vote from us.
That's funny.
They hit the nail on the head with it. They
But
were
your
absolutely
cover of
incredible.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World is spectacular. It's perfect.
Thanks.
It's perfect. I just love it. I love it. I could listen to that over and over again.
Yeah,
Like, not only is it a sick song, but just the way you put a little twist on it, it's just right. You don't go like too far. It's not insane, but it's just like, it's great. Great
It's
cover.
weird enough.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
little nutty at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
yeah.
magnum opus almost at the end.
Yeah.
No, I really like it, and it's sort of like it's one of those songs where you do a good enough job of it where it's like that's kind of like yours now, It's like I wouldn't want to cover it because you do a really good job of it. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's like certain songs like not like over the original bands.
Yeah.
Like, I just mean like
Nobody
I
else
would
around
feel
here's
like a
gonna cover
fraud,
it.
like
yeah.
trying to play it. Now, you know what I mean?
I remember it was funny. I'm wearing a Fwacata shirt, but they had released a cover of the song
That's right.
before we started playing it, and I guess by some coincidence we just didn't notice. We hadn't realized, and Tyler came up to me. He was like, "You guys are playing that as your closer. We just released that cover," and I was like, "Oh, dude, it's all love. That's like not intentional
I forgot
at all."
they had a
man,
version of it. And it's pretty good,
and theirs
too.
is sick, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
That's
definitely go listen to their version. 'cause
That's right.
Theirs is actually public.
Now I feel
so-
awful saying that, but I have to say their version is pretty good.
Theirs is insane,
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Their timing on it is like, I'm like, what?
Yeah,
It's a
those
fun
guys
song
are
to
sick.
play,
Yeah,
We haven't had Fwacata on in a while, man. We should get Fwacata back in the pod and chat to them.
Yeah.
the homies.
Yeah, man. Big up Fwacata.
Yep.
Yeah, so when it comes to like one of the things I've been noticing with you guys lately is that you have been very much on your social media game, and you're really trying to play the game with like, sort of like themed kind of like reels and like funny reels and stuff like that. Who's the boss of the internet?
I think Ricky's
It's
the
Ricky.
mastermind.
Ricky's.
I think we all
contribute-
try to help out when we
Yeah.
can, but Ricky has the vision for it, so we kind of let him take the reins.
you go-
and if he needs us to do something, we'll do it.
I
and-
thought it'd be Ricky because it just has a little bit of a Ricky flavor to it. I just
Yeah.
thought it was. I
If you
wasn't
go
sure
back in our timeline, you can see a distinct change from when Ricky took over. At least the full time. Like,
What's really funny is just knowing Ricky, I know that he plays that game, that social media game, and he
Yeah.
plays it well.
he plays it very well.
absolutely.
But he doesn't love it.
No,
I
He
don't
feels
think-
like
I don't
he
think
feels
the
like
bane
he's
of his
he feels
existence.
like he's selling out a little bit, doing playing that game.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
he I think he loves the learning about it part because
100%.
like
I was
he
gonna
and
say,
I-
and it is, it's a skill building experience for sure. Like you're definitely learning a couple new things every time you're trying new ideas out on the
I
reels.
think his big thing is, and Ricky, if you're watching, correct me if I'm wrong.
He's not gonna watch it.
He's afraid to watch this episode. I think the big thing with him is, all these bands, all these artists, all these bands, all the just social media influencers or whatever, they're all doing these trends and they're all doing these things. And it's like, and that's all fine and well to hook somebody and bring them in. But once you have them in, you have to have something
more,
to
there
say.
has to be
There has to be,
substance there.
has to be substance. There has to be something more to offer, not just like, hey, look at me.
I'm doing a little dance.
And you guys do. So, you guys pull people in and then
We'll do the dance,
you have
though.
something to hold.
We will do the
Thanks.
dance.
Yeah, we'll definitely do the dance.
Ben's like, I'll dance.
I will.
He starts the dance. Actually, Ben is going to be giving dance classes.
Whoa. Are we talking like salsa here? Or what?
No, specifically
Merengue.
dancing with a saxophone. Have you seen any of our videos?
That's amazing. So tell us
Just
about
high knees.
the evolution of the conga. How has this
It
come
just
about?
happened one day.
Is that
And we
whale
were-
specific?
that
so
was
we
a
were the
Fort
other day.
Myers special. Yeah.
So we were playing at the Whale in Fort Myers, and what were we? Was it Run Fast?
No, I think it was Jumping the Line the first time. The conga song.
No, that was the second
That
one,
was-
I believe.
Anyway,
At the Whale?
one of the songs we played, a conga line just broke out. And we're like, oh my God, this is happening. and then
It's never happened to us
yeah,
before.
it never
so-
happened before. And then I jumped in and I led it. And then the next month we came back and played and we got the conga line to start again.
Nice.
But like not organized, but we like initiated it.
Yeah.
But then we're like, oh, this is like a good way to get people engaged.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to now do it more often.
Pretty regularly,
And people
yeah.
like it.
I gotta say, if someone asked me to conga, especially back in the day when I had a few drinks, I'd be conga.
I was about to say there's a certain point in the set where the conga works, right?
Yeah.
You can't
There's a
do
sweet
too
spot.
early.
Can't be too early. Can't be too early.
Yeah.
It's
Can't be too
definitely
late.
a-
Can't be too late
The conga
either.
line tends to wobble a little bit.
I can't imagine doing a conga to Killbillies, but we could try. It'd be a bit weird.
I think you can conga to
There might be a lot
anything.
of spinning involved, I feel like.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
totally, yeah.
I don't know if I want to conga with the upright bass. that's a challenge.
That would be tough.
I keep threatening to put a wheel on the bottom of it, just kind of walk
roll
around.
Just
Oh,
like
gosh.
stroll it out.
So listen, I think now would be a good time to listen to. I think the video you guys sent us was the video for Two Tone, and very familiar with the song because in an earlier incarnation I played the saxophone on it.
This is
Ben.
true.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Either way, we got Ben on sax.
You guys are at each other, man.
The good news is Ricky didn't have to change the credits. It's still Ben.
Yeah, Ben on sax.
Saxophone by Ben.
It makes complete sense. It'd be weird if I was still on there, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's an absolute jam, and let's give it a listen.
It does the spinny shit too.
No, but I
Woo! And then the phone. No technology needed. And then the phone goes.
long ago in a faraway city, people weren't doing too good. Yeah, it wasn't so pretty. And then came along everybody had a smile, hoping that this music would go and stick around for a while. So what they say, oh, give me that sky. Oh, give me that sky. That's right, alright. Oh, give me that sky. The two-tone, rock the two-tone. Oh, give me that sky. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Give me that sky. That's right, yeah, yeah. Oh, give me that sky. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, give me that sky. The two-tone, rock the two-tone. Oh, give me that sky. One more time. Oh, give me that sky.
That was fun. Can we do that again? That was a lot of fun.
Okay, so we just listened to Two-Tone, and as I was saying before, it's a total jam. And can you tell us a little bit about the song and what it's about?
So we have to default primarily to Ricky on this one since he did write it, but it's about two-tone ska.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. And I remember he was talking to me when he was writing it, and he said, you know, he wanted to write a song about Two-Tone that was third wave. So it was kind of like this
More
interesting
modern take, yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting kind of like, you know, it is about Two-Tone, but it's like
not
it
a
sounds
two-tone song
yeah,
necessarily. Yeah.
It's cool. I think it's a good idea.
And we get a lot of crowd participation in that one, right? It's an
Yeah,
easy
yeah.
song to get people to sing along to, and we've been closing our sets with it, right? It's been
Yeah, that's been the
it's
regular.
been the
Pretty
encore.
good.
It's been a
Yeah, yeah,
jam.
it's really cool. I'm a big Two-Tone fan, so anything about Two-Tone, I'm all for it.
It's a killer song, dude.
Yeah, and you know, the more that people, because I feel like these days, you know, we're in a little bit of a kind of funny time in music where everything is out there, but unless you know it's out there, you don't know it's out there. And so, you know, just sort of even telling people that Two-Tone is a thing is good. You know, it's a good idea so they can hear it. You know.
Yeah, definitely an underappreciated genre or subgenre for sure.
It's like you know, if I had to pick an era of ska, it would be that for me. But then I'm English, so it would be
Fair.
So, if you guys have any advice for people coming up in the music game, let's hear it, and let's start on the end with Brett.
Like I was saying before, like if you enjoy your craft, right, you enjoy playing your instrument, just always stick with it, right? There's gonna be good times, bad times, life in general, but music's one of those things that you can always have with you. I was stupid from walking away from performing, and that's just my advice: is just stick with it. It isn't anything in life, but music's one of those things that you gotta frown, it'll make you happy. I know this sounds corny and cliched, but it really is the truth. You know?
No,
So-
you're right. You're right. If you're sick with it, you got the bum licked, then stick with it.
I mean, even if you feel like
happened there?
even if you feel like you're not a good musician, like it's gonna click eventually, right? Just keep working, keep practicing at it. Like that's how it find other
When?
people to play with.
When
does it click?
When does it click?
It
I've been
hasn't
waiting
clicked
for
yet.
like 40 years.
Different for
When does
everybody.
it click?
All right, so some people just don't.
Some people don't have the click. Can't
You
take
might want to try another.
I've tried all the instruments.
No, that's
They've
definitely
none
not
have
my advice.
Well, and funnily enough, you don't have to give up your day job. So you
No,
have
you
both.
don't.
Thank God.
All right, Ben, have you got any advice for musicians?
I would say is that no matter where you are in like your music, I would say you can always get better
Yeah.
in some way, even if you can't think of a way to get better. If you just play,
Yeah.
just whatever you play, at some point something will click.
Yeah.
But yeah, you
Hopefully.
can always get better. You can always improve in ways that you don't even
sure.
know.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That I found through teaching that my playing has got significantly better. That's just one of the things that I'm glad I went into because it really sort of codified certain things in my head and kind of and my understanding of music through teaching music has just gone through the roof. You know?
Yeah, teaching just in general, makes you so much more like observant of what you're actually doing, because then you actually need to tell somebody. You're like, am I saying the right thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Because if they mess up, that's on you.
Yeah, 100%. It's really, a piece of advice that I would give would be like, if you're good at an instrument, try teaching someone else. It'll go a long way. But Joe, got any advice?
Yeah, man. I would say one thing that I've learned in like the last year for myself that I think would probably help, people is, live your life as well as chase the music dream. If you're chasing a dream of music, or if you're pursuing something, make time for other things to happen in your life as well. I feel like we can oftentimes really get caught up and really judge ourselves pretty harshly based on where we feel like we're at.
Yeah.
And literally in a matter of a week, things can change, man. I feel like last year, maybe literally as much as like a week before Sugar Shack, we all felt pretty differently about the band we were a part of. Like we might have felt some limitations on what we were doing and things like that. And, so don't be afraid to have experiences outside of music and come back to things, and just be okay with where you're at too, and accepting that. And that's where you start to progress.
Yeah.
Is after that, I feel like.
I think that's really wise words. And it really sort of plays into something that I try and remember in life in general, which is, you can't control what happens to you. All you can control is your perspective and your attitude towards it.
Yeah, and what you do afterwards, man.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just something that I learned in recovery, and I try to remember it and live by it these days. That's great advice, and no one's really said that before, and I think it's actually pretty profound. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
All right, so what's next for you guys? What's the plan?
Great question.
I'm not sure anybody knows but Ricky. We kind of trust his vision, to be honest, man.
There's a rumor going around that you might be playing something, a little festival called Festival Music Festival on May 2nd. Are you guys backing out?
Yeah, I think
Ricky, they're out. They're out. They said
we do have a tour planned in June with
Elephants Dancing. Actually, just
Nice.
announced
June.
in this last week.
That's exciting.
What is it? 5 dates?
Yeah,
4
we got
days?
5 days
days
throughout
starting,
Central Florida,
Yeah,
basically.
little Florida run with Elephants Dancing, so that'll be really fun. Definitely check our socials for that.
Have you ever played in Arcadia?
No.
I did this
I'm not
wild
sure.
gig in Arcadia with Bomb the Algorithm. You were there, weren't you, Hector? Yeah, and we
like an opera house or something.
Yeah, in this crazy, massive, amazing hall, but like
in the
like
middle
tiny
of
town.
nowhere.
Yeah.
In this tiny town population of like nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
I know we've definitely played a couple places pretty similar to that sort of vibe. They feel like they might have been like older church buildings
This
or
was
something.
this was an
that
old
were
opera
turned into
house.
venues. Yeah.
And it was
sounded
a
great.
killer venue.
Yeah.
Killer venue.
Yeah, acoustics
Just
are amazing.
in the middle of nowhere. Like I don't know who would go.
We've played a place like in I believe it was Ocala, and honestly I don't know if it was with you guys or if it was like an old Dominic show or a Shake show or something.
They start to blend together.
Honestly, they do, bro. I think it was Union Hall was the name of it or something like that. And I believe it's towards Ocala, but I could be completely wrong about where it's at.
That sounds about right.
But the acoustics in the venue are gorgeous, man. And the sound is run impeccably. All the people there are fucking awesome. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, and in the middle of like a really quaint small town too. So.
Yeah.
There's
You would never
there's some
expect
little
it.
hidden gems in Florida. Florida's an interesting place.
Yeah.
It's not, you think you know what you're getting with Florida, and you go somewhere and you're like, whoa. It's like when we went to Safety Harbor the week before last.
You were shocked.
I was, because you never mentioned that it was awesome.
Safety Harbor's this tiny.
That was a well-kept secret, man.
Yeah,
You
Safety
took the lid
Harbor's a
off that
tiny
one.
little town, like tiny little town. Not far from Tampa, like 15, 20 minute drive from Tampa.
Okay.
And it's just this tiny, like nothing, like little town. But then on the third, their downtown has a few venues and a few bars and restaurants and whatever. But then the third Friday of every month, they do this huge thing where like every block, like literally like at the corner of every block, they have an outdoor stage and a band playing.
Oh, sick.
Going for like imagine like from end to end on Clematis basically.
Jeez,
You know, it's
bro.
like 10 stages or something.
What?
And then all the bars have
You said every
bands.
week or
No, the third Friday of every month.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Feels
every
every week.
Yeah,
every bar
that's a lot.
every bar has like, you know, people and it's just thousands of people. The streets closed, and it's just thousands of people walking
That's
down the
so
street. It's like
sick,
this
dude.
huge festival thing that they
cool.
do every month.
It's
That's
crazy.
sick. See,
Awesome.
Lake
Never
Worth
heard
used
of
to
that.
do Evening on the Ave on like the third Friday
Yeah.
of every month, but
Yeah,
it was only
that's what
like
this
one
was.
or two bands, you know?
Yeah.
So that's sick.
Yeah,
man.
no, this was crazy.
That's awesome.
And it was like all sorts of stuff. There was like a Motown band on one stage. There was a U2 tribute band on another stage.
Okay.
There was like a country band on another stage. There was one guy, I forget his name now. He had like a really cool like stage name or something, Mobile George or something. Remember
that guy.
It was this giant box van, and the sides opened up, and this
He
like
played from
this
inside the
platform
van?
came out. And it had speakers and everything, and the guy was on a stool, and he just played like an acoustic set
Oh
there.
my
It was
gosh, bro,
crazy.
that's sick, dude.
It
Yeah,
was really wild.
I get the
dude.
feeling he just goes around and just
Yeah, yeah,
opens
yeah.
the sides of his van and
Yeah,
plays.
it was
It's
really
pretty
wild.
neat.
It was really wild.
Yeah, yeah. That's a
That's
life right
pretty
there.
sick, dude.
That's
Honestly.
like he's got something right there, man. He probably
Yeah.
lives in the thing.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's super cool. So, yeah. Thanks for coming, guys. Thank you so
thanks for
much.
having
Is there
us.
anything you want to get out there before we go? Have you got any shows coming up you want to quickly mention or anything like that?
Any shows you want to mention, Ben?
Any shows you want to mention, Brett?
So
shows you wanna
check our
mention, Ricky?
socials. We got quite a bit happening over the next few months. April is actually kind of a little bit of a break for us.
Yeah,
so
I think
Right.
we're back over in Fort Myers again the next time we
Yep.
play, actually. So,
Okay.
but definitely go check us out on all the streaming services. You know, we appreciate all the love on the streamers and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Had a new song drop. What was it? 2.5 weeks ago.
yeah, earlier in March,
Lay Down.
early March.
Okay, yeah, early March we had a song drop called "Lay Down," so that's
And?
the most recent banger.
And we got one coming out soon, which is a dub remix of Lay Down.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be the
It
next
sounds
up,
great.
and also a lot of new stuff in the pipeline. So
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we don't really practice anymore. It just seems to be like
Writing
make
sessions.
new songs, write new songs, write new songs. Like we go to practice, but it just ends up, okay, we got to work on this. This is so good. Let's track this.
I have a drum and bass remix, a 2-tone that I'm kind of like working on, but in the long
Wrap
term,
it up,
I
man.
got to get that thing finished.
I
and
was
send
gonna
it to
say
love
we've
to
heard
hear
the
it.
rough mix, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta.
I have worked on it since. I'll get that polished up
sick.
because I think that there's something to that, man.
We love that. We like if there's anyone out there who wants to
Two-tone
remix our
is
music,
massive.
we're all for it. Yeah, like, that's really cool.
Yeah, wicked. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming. If you like what you heard, More Better Band are playing May the 2nd at our festival, 561 Music Festival, which is downtown West Palm Beach at the Meyer Amphitheater. And yeah, I mean that's it from us, right?
Yeah, I mean, just the usual. Follow us if you like the podcast. Follow us on all the socials at 561 Music Podcast. If you want more information about the festival, 561musicfestival.com, or follow us on the socials at 561 Music Festival.
Absolutely. Peace.
Everybody sing, it's what we're doing. Come and check it out, it's what we're all about.